This is the unboxing video of the third boa that I recently purchased. The other two already arrived last week, so this was the third boa that I purchased but could not get here until today due to the weather. And I only opened the front cover, but I haven't opened the rest, so let's see what we have. Okay. The breeder who sold me this boa is Ward's World of Reptile Propagation. Very nice people. They got back to me very quickly when I had questions, so I do recommend them. They are a small-time breeder located in Central Florida. They breed other snakes besides boas, so check them out if you have the chance, and their prices are pretty reasonable. If anything, it's a little bit less than what other competitors charges. Of course, typical Winn-Dixie flyer. When you're in South Florida, Winn-Dixie is like everywhere, just as much as there's Publix everywhere. It's a grocery store that's pretty famous down here. Oh, there she is. She's like wondering when she's gonna get out of here. This is a snow Kenyan sand boa, and okay, she went to hiding. So let me take her out. I'm gonna check her out to see how her health is, if I see any visible mites and other issues. Be right back. Okay, here we go. This is the snow boa, Kenyan sand boa snow morph, which you can get when you breed a albino head Henry to an Henry head albino together. And she's going to be part of my breeding project, just for fun, you know. Really, it's not going to be a full-time job, but that's 3 years down the line from here. I may change my mind. I'm not really a breeder, but I've been thinking about it, so we'll see. And she's slipping from my hands. I'm trying to hold on to her. She's a little bit skittish, and rightfully so. She is still very young, a little bit bigger than my other boas, a little bit older probably. Okay, I'm gonna put her back before she falls off my hand. So how do you know if you have a male or female Kenyan sand boa, or snakes in general? One of the best ways to find out is by probing. It's a little tool that you use, and you stick it in their cloaca. They only have one hole to pee, poop, and lay eggs. That's where all their genitals are, where they, you know, do the deed from. And experienced people, not just anybody, if you have the experience or you have to ask someone to help you, would be able to probe the snake and find out if there's a penis or hemipenes. They call them hemipenes for snakes, for reptiles, inside the cloaca. Then you know you have a male. If you don't, it's a female. And the best part about Kenyan sand boa is by the shape of the tail, which usually will tell you. Like you can see, her tail is pointy. Pointy usually means female. If it's round and stubby, it's usually a male. Now that's not guaranteed, but that's one of the common ways people use in the Kenyan sand boa breeding community. That's one of the tips to determine if you have a male or female. Another way is for other snakes, especially colubrids, is by the length of the tail. I believe the longer the tail of a colubrid snake, it would be determined to be female, and a chubbier, stubbier tail would be a male. But then again, you know, my nibbler, he's a king snake. We thought he was a she for a long time, also because he was so big. He's 4.5 feet long for a California king snake. That's pretty big. So even by size, although females are generally larger than the males once grown up, you really, now and then you're going to have that male snake that's either overfed or power fed or genetically prone to grow bigger, and they maybe grow bigger, and so size is not always good, a determined factor. So again, the best way to know if you have a male or female is usually by probing first, and secondly by other signs like the tail shape and size, and thirdly by the length of the snake. So I know that for female Kenyan Samboa, they'll grow to be about 2 feet long or less. Males are like half the size, which is crazy when you think about it. The sexual dimorphism between the two are pretty drastic. So anyways, back to this snake. I got this snake from World of Propagation. Very easy to work with. The price was pretty reasonable. I got her for $180 plus shipping. And most snow boas can range between $200 to $240. Now and then you can get them for about $180 or $160. So it depends. I would be skeptical if a snow morph or certain morphs that are usually expensive are priced way too low. So I would be a little bit cautious, because there are people out there who are flipping these snakes that they pick up, whatever it is. They try to sell them as quickly as possible, regardless of the health and condition of the snake. And a lot of times they're not the breeder themselves. They got it from a wholesale price, or maybe even stolen. There are stolen reptiles being listed for sale in the market. So these people don't care about the snakes being sick or not. They just want to sell as quickly as possible for as much cash as they can get. That's rare. Usually you just have bad people posing as breeders or scammers. You don't really get theft in the sense of people stealing your snake. They just steal your money and not sell you a snake that they don't have. So for this boxing, there was no heat pack or cold pack. It was getting hot outside. It's getting, even though it's springtime here in Florida, it gets to be really hot outside. The temperature's around 80, mid-80s, but it feels like 90 plus. Even sitting outside for a couple of hours will burn your skin. That's how hot it can get here, and it's just the beginning. It's not summer yet. Summer gets insanely crazy. So for that reason, if you're shipping, if you're getting your snakes delivered to you and you're not sure what to do, whether or not to have it shipped to your house or shipped to a FedEx hub, I always recommend having it picked up from the FedEx hub, just because you never know if your driver's stuck in traffic or they delivered to the wrong person. That has happened too. FedEx, UPS, USPS, they all make mistakes. And there's always some mishandling where they throw the package, or they just flip it upside down and all that, and leaving outside in the sun. I had that happen before. I had a FedEx driver delivered to my house my bearded dragon, and what they're supposed to do is they're supposed to knock on the door when they come, so that way you can pick it up from your door as quickly as you can and get it out of the elements. That driver did not do that, and the box was flipped upside down, and he just left it right in the open sun. Luckily, I kept checking the door every 15 minutes, so I was able to catch that quickly. And there was a delay. In the delivery. Same for my last two boas. There was a delay in the delivery. There was 2-hour time delay. Fortunately, it went to a FedEx hub as well, so I was able to pick it up. So imagine if it had been delivered to my house. Those snakes would have been sit in that truck for 2 hours with no air conditioning. It would be very hot inside. Hot pack, cold pack, whatever. That stuff only lasts as long as the weather permits. It's just very risky, and sometimes it's best not even to put those items in the box, because it can, like for example, heat packs. Most breeders don't like to use heat packs because heat kills. Cold kills too, but the heat kills faster. And putting in too much hot packs where your snake can't get away to cool off is just as dangerous if your snake arrived cold and dead. So, again, if I would recommend you picking it up if you could. If not, then that's completely understandable. And make sure you read your shipping and return policy from your breeder. Most breeders would promise a live arrival guarantee, usually for pickups, not for delivery to home, for the same reason I just explained. Sometimes they would extend it to your home delivery as long as someone is able to sign for it or to be present for the delivery. But most prefer that you pick them up in order to get that guarantee. And keep in mind, just because it's a live arrival guarantee does not guarantee that your snake is going to be arrived as described or as healthy as you think they are. Some may even promise the health guarantee. Most don't. It would say live arrival guarantee. Does that mean you will get your money back? Let's say your snake or your lizard came in dead. Would you get your money back? No, that does not mean that. Live arrival guarantee does not mean you get a refund if your animal arrives dead at no fault of your own. It could be the breeder's fault and they could still not give you your money back. What they would do is they would usually give you a store credit, or they will just replace the snake and you'll pay for the shipping. Usually you'll have to pay for the shipping to get the replacement snake, or they'll tell you that you can buy something else using that credit to apply to the new snake. And a lot of people don't understand that. They thought they're going to get their money back, but a lot of breeders will not give you your money back. Sometimes they would. They're nice enough, they'll do it. But usually they won't once it gets to your hands, because they don't know what you did with the snake. And you'll have a certain time frame to report any issues with your snake, like 48 hours upon pickup, 4 hours upon pickup, 2 hours upon pickup. It depends. So again, make sure you read everything completely and understand their policy. Don't get upset if it doesn't work out the way you wanted after you read the policy. And let's say you got the snake for a week and it died. You can't really complain a week later that there was something wrong with the snake when you first picked it up. You should have said something when you noticed something was off about your snake. But that doesn't mean it's the end of the world either. You can try to file a claim. Most likely it's going to be difficult to win it. I don't really know how that works. I have been very lucky that I got good breeders that I buy from. So do your research, know who you're buying from, know their policy, and know the risk involved when you have live animals shipped to you. Okay, I'm going to stop the video and put her away so she can settle down. And thank you for watching. Again, I recommend this breeder, Wart's World of Reptile Propagation.